Jason Stamm with Tech Sideline here with the newest Virginia Tech commit, Mr. Jalen Stroman. Jalen, I guess tell us really just, what was it about Virginia Tech that you decided that's where you wanted to go?
I mean, it just felt like home, felt like where I was supposed to be, and it fit everything I wanted in a college. So made that big decision.
So you're obviously not the first Stroman to go to Virginia Tech. You and I talked about it before, but how much of a factor was your brother going there? Obviously he's not there now, but that's where he went. How much of that factored into your decision?
That really didn't matter to me. It just all mattered in as where I wanted to be. He always told me just pick for myself, don't really pick for him because he went there. Doesn't matter. Didn't matter. So I just did it. However, so
Yeah. So, well, I will ask you this though. So obviously Virginia Tech though. So now it's got the Stromans, but they've had the Edmonds, they've had the Hopkins, they've had a lot of brothers, the Fullers
Yep.
that have come through there. What does that mean to be able to kind of keep that tradition going? That just you're not the first one. There's been a lot of brothers who have gone on to be Hokies.
It's cool. It's actually really cool. Just going there after my brother. I got big shoes to fill, so it's gonna be a big step.
Okay. Before you picked Virginia Tech, who else did it come down to?
I came down to Duke and UVA. They're great schools. They're great people, great coaches. It just came down to where I fit really the best at. So
Everything with obviously with the coronavirus, the pandemic, and the dead period. I mean, nobody's able to take visits. You obviously have been to Virginia Tech a ton through the years. How much did that help being able to have been there so many times and to have seen it firsthand like you have?
It actually helped a really lot, like a lot. I've only been to UVA about 3 times and Duke about once. So those really played a big factor as in the schools, and I've been there before with my brother and by myself. But yeah, it helps a lot. But with this pandemic happening, you really couldn't go visit any other schools, see how they were. But at the same time, I really knew that that's where I wanted to be.
So when was the last time you were there?
I want to say a month right before the pandemic happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that a junior day, I think, if I remember right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who was you've told me before, but I want to make sure we get credit where it's due. Who were the main coaches who were involved in your recruitment?
Coach Justin Hamilton and Fuente. And that was about it. Coach Hilgart, the weight room coach, also helped in that one.
Okay. Tell me about the relationship. Like, what kind of relationship do you have with those coaches, and how much did that factor into your decision?
I had a real tight relationship with them. Coach Fu, me and him always crack jokes all the time. And me and Coach J. Ham, we talk football every time we get on the phone. It's just a good bond between them. And then Coach Hilgart, he reminds me of my dad. We always stay in the gym together and work out and just make sure we stay strong.
So even like during all the pandemic and the dead period, I mean, I know you've been in contact with them, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how have those conversations been? Has that, I assume it probably has it helped that relationship you've got with those coaches?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a big jump. It's like talking on the phone, just trying to get everything together. But talking to them, it was a big help. It hasn't changed our relationship at all. It's gained a lot. But yeah, I've learned a lot also too.
Yeah. Well, tell me, through those conversations, through you going down there so many times, where have they told you? How do they see you fitting in with what they do at Virginia Tech?
Coach Justin Hamilton wants me to play that free safety, strong safety position around the field, and then Coach Fu, he just says wherever I make plays, I can go. So I'm planning on either returning or kick return, anything, just to make plays on the field, help the team.
So knowing what they want for you, what do you feel like you need to be doing between now and when you get to Virginia Tech to be ready to go when you get there?
I'm just training. That's all me and my brother have been doing since I've been here, and this pandemic has happened. So we've been working nonstop. There's nothing really going to stop us from working.
I think we talked about a little last time, Jalen. Like you and I talked on Zoom, but like What have those workouts with Greg been like? I think the last time we talked, he was getting was it like turf put in his backyard? You guys were going to work out on.
Yeah, we got
What
turf.
have those workouts been like? I mean, obviously, your brother with the playing with the Redskins. Like, what have those workouts been like between? Oh, and also your dad, I know, also is worked out with you guys.
It's been really fun, and actually, I mean, I feel like I've learned so much from him and my father. We got turf put in. We're back there just doing ladder work and as much as we can in that little spot. But in the gym, we got our gym put in, and we just been doing everything in there, just working in the mornings and afternoons, whatever we can possibly do, because we have too much time on our hands not to do anything. So.
You said you've learned a lot, though. I guess what are some things you have learned from your brother in those workouts?
Just like being smart in what I do, and just how to work, like not move too fast, not think of it too hard, or just push myself to my limit. Like I go past that limit, go do more than what you possibly can do. Try to be better than everybody. Just everybody's out there working, trying to be best, but are you really working? Are you pushing the hardest you can possibly push? So, I mean, that's what he taught me. And my dad has just always been on me since I was a little kid. Always been pushing me.
So we mentioned a little bit earlier talking about your brother and stuff, but like, what was your brother or your dad like? What was their reaction to them when you told them that you wanted to go to Virginia Tech?
They were happy for me. They had a big old smile, and my brother was happy. He just was ready for me to go. He's proud of me. They're both proud of me. I'm just ready to go make something happen.
So we were talking about like some of the workout stuff you guys have, you and Greg. I know one of the things that Virginia Tech has really been not pushing, but they've really advertised. A lot of other guys have been talking about are some of the new facilities, the new stuff they've got coming down there. I guess what do you think about some of that stuff and what they're working on, what they're building?
I'm just happy. I'm really happy it's all coming in like as soon as I get there. So when I get there, everything's gonna be done and ready, and I just can't wait to break it in. Just show them what I got when I get there.
Anything specifically that you really like down there that they're building? I know they got like a new workout room coming. They've got some of like the dining facilities and stuff. Anything like really particular?
That weight room I'm ready to get into, but they just finished. They're about to finish our dorms too, so that would be really cool to break into.
Okay, so obviously you got a few dogs that are already committed in the 2021 class. I guess what have you thought about the class so far that you're joining?
It's gonna be a great class. We've got plenty of people, plenty of athletes that are gonna come in there and just work. All we gotta do is just work together, and we can be the greatest.
Do you talk to any of those guys now?
Yes, I talked to a corner that has committed, and then a safety that also committed. I've only really talked to the defense. I've talked to the quarterback that committed and decommitted, but we've been talking. So I talked to many of them.
So what has that relationship been like with the rest of those guys you've talked with so far?
It's kind of like my high school relationships with like my teammates, myself. It's just like we know the game of football, and we just like tie it into like just our everyday things, just do them all together. So we really just try to make it as to the next level, but bring our like relationship as teammates into like the real world, not just as teammates.
Yeah. Anybody that you're really working on to kind of come with you and finish out the class a little bit?
I'm gonna try to get some recruits from around my town, like try to get them to probably come over there and check them out.
Some of those Nova guys.
Yeah, Nova.
You can't get enough of those Nova guys. They've had a few of them come through Blacksburg through the years. So
yeah.
Well, yeah. The newest Hokie, he's keeping on the Stroman tradition of going to Virginia Tech. Jalen Stroman, plenty more coming from him. Check back with TechSideline.com.